Hi there everyone, it's the Masked Fan. Today I'm going to take a look at the Super Powers, Supermobile and Superman. Here is McFarlane Toys Super Powers Supermobile packaging. Superman's action vehicle. Have a great image of it here on the front. Side of the package has a photo of it with Superman inside. This is also on the other side as well as the top. And the rear of the package gives us a description of some of the features. We have the canopy that opens, punching action, and some jail cells on the rear of the vehicle. And I almost passed on this vehicle, but I just couldn't really. The colors pop and it looks really good. Overall, it is silly and fun. So what we have here is a big Superman symbol there, and you get your canopy that opens, and inside, similar to the Batwing, we have decals that show different buttons and such that Superman would use. We have the jail cells, which, as I'm sure some of you already know, don't really fit many of the figures, or any of the figures. Darkseid's not fitting in there. Superman himself will not even fit in there. But I do think some of the old Toy Biz superheroes may fit in there. So maybe you could have him picking up some other stuff other than villains to put in there. We have Superman logo here on the top fin, and the rear of the vehicle has our action feature knob that allows for our punching action, which is pretty fun. Rear of the vehicle has the different engine pieces here all in red, and that's it overall. Very simple yet fun. These were retailing for $29, which is a little bit higher than the Batwing originally was going for, but now the Batwing is showing up for $29 as well. So here's our McFarlane Super Powers Superman. He's got a nice look. He's got very bright blue eyes. Got a little tiny curl in the hair there. And you can get him into some nice flying poses. I've had him on different stands flying and looking at me. He has his logo on the back of his cape, and there's that hole from the peg that held him to the card. You can pop his cape off, and he's relatively nicely detailed. You have some red spots here on his belt and such, and same articulation as the other superpowers in this line, just rotation at the shoulder, rotation at the head. We have some thigh and knee bending, and that's what you get. But for 10 bucks, I think it's pretty nice. As for his card, you get the Superpowers logo, a little story here about Superman, and then you get this artwork on the front of the card, which looks pretty good. I would almost consider buying a second one at the price just to keep carded, and I may actually do that. But again, for $10, I don't think you can beat them for a collection to have on the shelf or just for a child to have fun with. They're pretty sturdy figures, and even the capes being a little bit thinner fabric, I do think that they'll hold up to some abuse. And here with the Supermobile open, I'm going to stick Superman in. Now I've had him in there with his cape kind of folded around him. And I will say over the time, a couple days or whatever, his cape does kind of get wrinkled, but it seemed to have gotten flat again after a day or two out of it. So that was nice. Of course, you could take the cape off, and that way you wouldn't have to worry about that. But I just can't seem to bring myself to pull Superman's cape off. And there he is inside. It looks pretty cool, and the red canopy is not so tinted that you can't see him, so it's pretty nice. I actually don't have any of the old vintage Superpowers figures, but I do have the Toy Biz superheroes for the most part. And you can see he's a little bit taller than the superheroes figure. A similar Superman design here. Even the face is somewhat similar, although this one has a little bit more of a boyish charm. But you can see the cape's a little bit longer there, and just a different fabric that we have between the two.
And here I have him posed flying on this little stand, which I keep him on the shelf this way most of the time, and I think he looks pretty good. These Superpowers figures and vehicles for the price are great for both collectors and children, I think, and I'm going to keep picking them up. All right, that's all I got.